ready for any challenge. Cordless power made by Steel, only from approved Steel dealers.
Cullen Supply and Engine Service, 910 East Jackson Street in Dublin and 826 South Harris, Sandersville. Count on Cullen's.
We're here today at the L.O.C.C. Summit. We were talking about it the last few weeks, Renee, but for those that don't realize what it is, explain to us what the L.O.C.C. means and what is it?
L.O.C.C. means loving our community, and we're having our summit, 2019 summit. What that means is we're talking about behavioral health. We're hearing stories of those who've struggled and how they've gotten back on their feet. We've got choirs singing, we've got dancers, we've got uplifting, encouraging speakers throughout the day. We're playing Jeopardy this afternoon, but Loving Our Community Coalition is the host with CSB of Middle Georgia. What that means is we've got about 50 vendors here today. We've got insurance companies, we've got some ministries with supports, we've got the VA here, we've got staffing for jobs, and what it is the community is getting together and learning about the different things that are offered within our community. Homelessness, food banks, resources, how to get in touch with getting services for your child, getting services for those in your family that might have development disabilities, and it's a party. So we're having a party over here at First Baptist Church Dublin's Family Life Center. They've let us use their venue again, so thank you, First Baptist Church.
Okay, we just presented an award, Boots on the Ground.
Boots on the ground.
I'm going to be talking to D'Angelo in just a minute, but explain to us what that is.
We get very excited, we're very active, and those in the community that are very active in the community, we want to recognize them, we want to encourage them. That is what we need, that is the point of Loving Our Community Coalition, is to reach out. So every year we try to highlight someone, every year we try to acknowledge the efforts that someone has put into it. And this year it's Dr. Angela Stanley with Hope and Darkness Global Foundation. She is everywhere, she is at venues, at health fairs, trying to help spread the word that hope is real. We love Dr. A, and we're very thankful that she's our Boots on the Ground recipient for 2019.
I was given the opportunity to meet Marnie and become a part of her team and help families and their children. I have learned so much through the people I work with. I also was given an opportunity in December of 2018 to go to a CPS parent training class for a week. I was overwhelmed with the understanding and the stories that were so similar to mine. I met Dana McCrary, who had a story very similar to mine, and I became connected with her, and I spoke to her every opportunity I got. Through this class and training, I could finally see that being ashamed of what I had done or the mistakes I made was holding me back from finding peace in my own self. And that while I had made the wrong choices, it was not my fault that my son wound up in prison. That he made the choices for himself, and he had chances to do the right thing and didn't. I had also made bad decisions, but it wasn't helping my other children or myself to live in the sad place in my mind because I was trying to punish myself for the part in being the enabler to my son. I was offered a chance to sit on a committee by Dana McCrary that would be like a group of people that met and would be focused on parents and what to do or how to help when their child came home from being incarcerated. I hope to still be able to become a part of that because I also made a few more mistakes when mine came home. And as I said, he relapsed within a month, but it took me 2 months to see it. I am now battling a rare lung infection, but I know I will eventually win this battle and be able to get 100% back into helping other parents to see that no parent needs to feel insecure or at fault with a child's decision. We just need to understand that help is not covering up, but looking for someone to step in and give your child the help and counseling they need. By me doing this, my son has been clean for 18 months, has a good job. He is engaged.
Text JET FOOD to 40244. And save 40 cents per gallon on your first fill-up with a Make It Count loyalty program. And 5 cents a gallon every time you shop Jet Food Stores branded Marathon. Text Jet Food to 40244 right now. Jet Food Stores and Marathon, a winning combination.
I have with me now Denise Forbes, the CEO here at this whole event, everything that happens, all the mental health, CSB. How many hats do you wear?
Well, depending on what coalition we're a part of that day, but many. We all wear many hats in the
Isn't
community.
this wonderful, though?
It is we were just talking with some of our friends at one of the vendor tables that people don't really, they cannot leave our event and not feel like there's goodness in the world and there's hope in the world. The folks here have a special calling in their heart to do the work that they do, and you can hear one story after another about the impact that they make in people's lives.
I want to talk about a lady that meant a lot to both of us, and I asked Renee, I said, will you get Patsy over here so I can talk to her? And I know you don't mind me calling you that, but Patsy Thomas.
Dr. Patsy Thomas, right.
Just such a wonderful friend of both of ours. She meant so much to this community.
She did.
Let's talk about her just a minute.
Patsy was really, she was really an icon to our agency for more years than probably she would even like me to remember that she was around. But she did a lot of paving the way for us. And one of the things that I think was just a tremendous legacy that she enabled us to kind of move forward on is she never really turned anything down. If there was an opportunity or our State Department had a new grant or another program that might help somebody in need, Patsy was always willing to take a look at that and to begin to form a program around that. And what she did those many years ago and throughout her career has allowed us to grow into the agency that we are today.
But the love she felt for this community.
She was very passionate about the community. She didn't meet a stranger. I think she was very approachable. People felt like they could connect with her. Didn't matter if you were struggling and somebody just at the rock bottom of your day, or if you were somebody that was one of our pillars of community, Patsy could meet them where they were.
Absolutely, and I just wanted to talk about her just a minute, because what she meant, and when she's been gone 100 years, what she did in this community will still carry on.
She allowed us, without a doubt, to have a lot of really a strong foundation and the building blocks to be able to move forward no matter what the financial landscape is. And so that's, it gives you they talk about when you have an old house, if the bones in the house are good, the structure's good. That's kind of how we feel. She gave us that real definite structure to be able to take it forward.
We can't talk about everything under the Community Service Board of Middle Georgia. A couple of things I want you to talk about.
Okay.
One is SOAR. Tell me about that program and how it's going.
The SOAR Clubhouse. We were very fortunate. I think it was in October of 2015 that we did our open house, but it came through some funding through our department, Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities. We had one of the largest child and adolescent programs in the state at that time, and we were doing it really on a shoestring budget. A lot of the funding had been cut out, but we just felt very strongly and passionately about the children. Our children are our greatest resource, James. And there were lots of other agencies around the state, because of the funding stream, they had to cut out the programming. We didn't. We kept on, even at a loss to our agency, but we just could not feel good about building up a program and then going back out and talking to the teachers and the principals and law enforcement and parents and saying, we're not going to be here. And I think because of really Marnie Braswell's vision and just her dedication and perseverance, we were able to show our department that we really were serious about this. And so with that, they allowed us this funding be able to open up this wonderful clubhouse. We were able to purchase a property that was what was the Old Town Shopping Center. It has 5 units, and each of the units has a specific description or activities that are held within that unit, all the way from young children through adolescents, through our emerging adults that you saw here today. And we're thrilled to have it. It's a blessing to the community. We are able to serve so many kids. A lot of what we do there is sort of ancillary to the treatment that goes on, but it's also giving them life skills and opportunities that they do not necessarily have, because everybody struggles with money sometimes.
That's right.
So they get to do a lot of fun things, a lot of innovative things. That's also embedded within the curriculum. There's a teaching component and education, and it's phenomenal. We also have a small little dog that belongs to one of our staff members. The dog's name is Lila Kate, and she is the smallest therapy dog in Georgia, and our kids love her. So we do a lot of innovative, thinking outside the box, creative things, and the community is wonderful. We have a lot of parent support, a lot of agency support. They have a lot of activities in the evenings for parents, parenting classes and so forth. And so we're just very, very excited to have it.
Okay, a relatively new program is Rise Up.
Rise Up.
Talk about that.
Again, I think because we have such an innovative staff, and I don't say that lightly. Across the state, we're able to see a lot of innovative programs. But these folks in our communities believe in the work they do. And so if that passion, you can almost feel it. Yeah. And so we've done a lot of really creative things with people in recovery. We hire a lot of folks in recovery and people with long-term lived experience. And we got the attention of our regional office and also our department. And we were able to go after some money that was available for people that are in recovery, no matter what stage you're in, to be able to have a safe location, sober location, where they can continue their work in recovery. We were fortunate to find Pam Ranke and Melissa Tomerlin, who are our two of our primary staff there. Pam's actually the director there. And Tina Clements is one of our senior managers. She's also a person in long-term recovery for 20 years and has given her a lot of her own self and time to people in this community. And so Tina has really been sort of the catalyst, if you will, in bringing this program along. And again, just tremendous support from the community.
Yeah, wonderful. Just a wonderful idea.
Right.
And the people that are coming there, it's just incredible. Every time I go by, I cannot believe the people it's serving. Right. But to give those people that's fighting addiction a safe place to come and play pool or hang out or talk or watch the Super Bowl or whatever, we need that in our community.
Right, we do. And, it keeps people off the streets.
Yeah.
And if you can keep people safe and you can keep them sober, and you can keep them from going back out and using, then they can continue to find jobs and become really that giving back to the community. One of the components for not only our clubhouse, SOAR Clubhouse, but also Rise Up, is that the folks that attend have to be able in some way to give back to our community. So there is that, that giving back piece, learning how to not take from something, but also how important it is that once you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, to give back, to volunteer, to do some of the work that these other agencies and other organizations need. We don't all have a lot of money, But as Pam Ott says all the time, if you just bring a little to the table, you're able to do really major things.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what's good about L.O.C.C.
Correct.
That's why more people need to be involved.
Right.
And it is a growing organization. It shows me a lot of people, diverse people, love our community.
They do.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was just going to say I totally agree with you. We started out several years ago. We started off with a big kickoff where we had about 100 people come. And then it just, you know how sometimes it takes a little while. One of the things in our history, if you will, with our L.O.C.C., it has been hiring Renee Hollander in her position. She's so excited and she's got passion and just a very gregarious person, loves people, and really has made a huge impact not only in our Dublin area but also in our Emmanuel County area. And you know, by her coordinating this this coalition and keeping people really engaged, it's brought a lot to the table. And so once folks come, you know, they don't really, you know, have to do a lot. They need to show up, and you find out it's a learning experience. You get educated on what other resources are in the community. And again, everybody doesn't have a lot of money, but if you put all of that in one venue, then you can solve just about any problem that we have in the community.
That's right.
So we're real excited about it and real excited to see the growth of it.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I've had Renee on the last few weeks promoting this event. And I hate to say this on television, but I want to steal her from you.
No,
she is incredible.
She's phenomenal.
But
she is.
Really
great.
I know, and I found out she does have a background in television.
She
That's why
does.
she's so good at
Yes,
it. But
she does.
we've gotten so many comments about her presence on
Right.
TV promoting this. So, and I say that in jest. The last thing though. Our dear friend, Dr. J. Roy Rowland.
Yes.
I got to get a comment about you, what he means to your organization.
Oh my goodness.
We don't have long now.
Dr. Rowland is he's a wonderful friend to our community and to our agency. He is 93 years old, and Dr. Rowland, if you're watching, I hope you don't mind me saying that. But he is just very sharp. He still has so much to offer. I feel like he is, you know, his title was something that was there prior to my coming into this position. He's sort of like a consultant, not only to the agency, but to the CEO. But he's so much more valuable than that. He's our legislative liaison. If there's anything going on with the VA, he's involved with that. He's an advocate for our families, the people that we serve, our agency, our staff. He has so much wisdom. He and Ms. Luella have really given their entire lives, really, not only to their community, to their state, to their nation. And we are so fortunate, more words than I can say, to have him still a part of the work that we do. You don't find him on a bad day. Whatever we need him to do, he is so gracious about it. So I'm just so blessed, not only to say that he works for us and is a major part of what we do, but that he's also my friend.
He is. He's a dear friend of mine. And Dr. Rowland, I know you're watching because you always tell me what I do on television, so I know he's a great ally.
Yeah, he is.
And Dr. Rowland, we thank you for what you do for our community, for CSB, for our mental health program, and being the friend that you are. You always encourage me, and I just want to thank you publicly. I tell you privately, but we want to thank you publicly. But y'all stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin. We were talking about D'Angelo a little while ago and the award boots on the ground. I know you were shocked, I could tell. And you're never at a loss for words. What happened?
I know I'm never at a loss for words, but I knew that if I relied on the Holy Spirit, He's going to bring some up. But I was just overwhelmed. I didn't expect it, and I just know because what we do it unto the Lord, and to be able to, and of course what we do, of course you don't get a lot of accolades because it is a very selfless work to try to help other people come out of the dark places. And so to receive those accolades and honor for the work that we've done, my heart just exploded with just such gratitude and thanks to God, and to L.O.C.C. and to CSB. It's such a
wonderful
blessing.
organization. And
Absolutely.
people, you see it everywhere, and we live in a dark world. We know that. Anybody that understands the Word of God, we know we always will this side of heaven.
Absolutely.
So you have a lot to do, I know, but why was it important to you personally to get involved in a program like this?
Well, the importance to me, first of all, is because of serving the hope of glory. And when I see others that are lacking hope or feel hopeless, it's something inside of me that wants to inspire them that no matter how dark the hour, that there's always hope. And so I've experienced some dark places in my own life. I have experienced it with some of my family members. But when I heard of a 9-year-old taking her own life, I said, Lord, we got to do something. Give me what to do. And he just impressed a passion in my heart to just be that beacon of light and that beacon of hope, to let a person know, because if you spread hope, that it'll give life. And so when he's put that in my spirit, that's just where we kept running and moving, because I believe in that. I believe in the hope of glory, and I've been doing that throughout my ministry. But when he specifically gave me this assignment, it was impressed from seeing a 9-year-old. I mean, you don't even, James, at 9 years old, you haven't lived. But to want to take your life, that means a lot.
At 9, it should be fun and playing.
Yes.
But we know by where we are today,
That's
and
right.
the things we hear today, and being involved in mental health like both of us are,
Yes.
the places these kids live now, it just
That's
breaks
right.
your heart what they are growing up in.
It does. It does. They have, they have so many things and pressures that have been placed on them, that some things we didn't have, coming up. But there's a lot of pressure out there. But if they know that they have that love and support, and that with God, they have everything.
Amen.
With man, things are impossible, but with God, all things are possible.
Amen. Well, congratulations. We
Thank
love you.
you.
Thank you for
Love
talking
you
to
all
me.
too.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have with me now Jose Lopez, and you are the Region 5
Regional Services Administrator.
Okay, boy, that's a big title, ain't it?
Yes, sir, for DBSDD.
Tell me exactly what you do.
Well, we overall are responsible for the behavioral health operations in Region 5. As you know, there are 6 regions in the state, so we have Region 5 responsibility when it comes to behavioral health.
What's the most fun and rewarding thing about your job?
Coming to events like this, where you see all that hard work and how it is impacting the people that we serve for the betterment, it's a thrill to be here.
What do you see mental health in the next 5 or 10 years? Where are we headed?
I think we're heading that we're going to have more services in the community. We already have a lot of services in the community, but we believe that more services will be added as needed to the community. That way we can handle everyone at a community level.
Do you think we're going to eventually get places, and we have Quentin's place, which is a short term, 3 or 4 or 5 days. Will we get to a place where there is a place, because mental health is real. We both know that.
Yes, sir.
It's a real issue. But are we going to get to where we have a place, a long-term place where we can help people with mental health problems?
We will. We're adding to our crisis centers. We're adding behavioral health crisis centers, adding beds, and we will have more beds. Right now, we're aware that there's a need for that, so we're adding every year. We just broke ground in Savannah for a behavioral health crisis center. That's an additional 30 beds that we're going to have available to send people. Once again, that's for crisis, but it will help.
Yeah,
it will greatly help.
And they're breaking ground on a $15 million property in Macon a long-term facility to help young, middle-aged, older people. So
Yes.
there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but
Yes.
we've lost all this ground for many years where we've not had place for mental health.
Don't know how to answer that. You're right. We lost a lot of ground. The DOJ settlement had to do a lot with that. We had to get people out of the hospitals that were there for a long period of time and put services in the community. And that's what we had done. But now we know we need to increase to some degree bed capacity throughout the state. So we're looking not just at behavioral health, we're looking at autistic kids, DD individuals that will have more crisis location where we can place them for a short period of time until they become stable. But the main goal will be getting back into the community and to get them connecting the community. That way we treat them their needs at the lowest level and less restricted setting that we can.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jose, for what you do. Pam, Denise and I were talking about you a minute ago, and I know the CEO is very pleased with Rise Up. Tell me on a personal level what it means to you to work for such an organization.
Well, this is what I was created to do. I love my job. God has blessed it tremendously. I volunteered in the community for several years with Abundant Life, working with the women and ladies there. I will have 9 years clean since God healed me in November of this year. And it's just such a blessing. I'm so thankful for CSB, Miss Denise, Miss Tina, L.O.C.C, all the support that we've had from everybody in the community. I stood on that porch at Mr. Garbutt's and I prayed and I said, God, I pray that you bless this place more abundantly than we could ever imagine. And that's exactly what he's done.
Oh, there's no doubt God's blessed it. I mean, just a short time, look at the lives that have been touched.
Right.
And every time I hear that Rise Up, no matter where I'm at, I've heard it so many times, the chant. But tell me to the viewers watching us right now, someone who has had an addiction or has an addiction, tell us how Rise Up can help them.
We offer multiple pathways to recovery, so we don't really tell you what you need as an individual. We ask you, what do you need to help you in your recovery? So we offer NA meetings. We do offer Bible studies. We can help you get your driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, connect you to a job, just whatever you think you need to help you and your family in recovery. That's what we provide for you there, and that's what we offer you there.
Okay, and tell us where you are.
We are at 621 Academy Avenue, Dublin, Georgia. We're in the old Garbutt construction building. Big sign out front that says Rise Up, and we have somebody there always on hand that can help you and support you. The only day we're closed is Mondays.
Okay, and right down the street from Cordell Lumber Company. It's real easy to get to. Big, beautiful home there, and I know y'all are enjoying it. And people can come and play pool or hang out or get on computers or sit around and talk.
Right, that's correct, that's correct.
And to be able to talk to people that understand.
Correct, because that, to me, connection is the key. You need to connect to people that can actually say, hey, I've been where you are, I've done what you've done, but guess what? Whatever it is that changed your life, my life's changed, because everyone that works there has a different thing that's helped them. Yeah. Mine was God. God completely changed my life. He healed my life.
God can take that urge, can he?
That's right, he sure can. He can deliver you and completely heal you.
I know for a fact. So, well, we appreciate what you do at Rise Up, and I'm just so proud of you. I've known you for many years,
you have.
And I love you, and I sure am proud
I
of you.
I love you, and I appreciate you. Dublin Community rocks, and I just hope everybody knows that.
Yeah, thank you.